Welcome back, folks. My name's Shane. This video is for anyone who owns the Deluxe61 from Origin Effects. Now, I recently reviewed this. I did a deep dive review. You can watch it up here if you're unfamiliar with the pedal. But I wanted to know how well this Fender in a box pedal would sound with something hitting the front end. So we're going to line up a few different overdrives in front of the Deluxe61, starting with the Halcyon Gold overdrive here, which is based on a Klon. And I've got it set up for the Klon sound to begin with. You can see the output volume is at about 11 o'clock and we've got the gain down. So the whole idea with this video is to see whether or not the Deluxe61 could be an always on pedal and then boost it with another overdrive. And this is great if you're a gigging musician using actual amplifiers. So here we go. So my clean tone, neck pickup. I'd say that's a big yes, it works beautifully. Let's crank up the drive a little bit more here. I'm gonna go over to bridge pickup. Missed that bend. Man, that's wild. Have a listen to the difference. I mean, that clean tone's beautiful, but yeah, getting the Fender sound through a PV amp's pretty cool. And then you can crank this on. Over to the adapt circuitry on the Halcyon Gold here. So we're going to leave it in the standard position with my volume control down. And then when I switch it into the middle position, we're going to get a full range sound when turned down on our guitar. Let's have a listen. I can definitely hear a difference there. I'll play some single note stuff. It's also perceivably cleaner as well, which is really cool. I turn up though, this is the sound. So I'd say that's not a problem stacking the Halcyon Gold into this and using it as a boost or a lead solo tone or whatever you want to do. So let's switch over the pedals. All right, let's make some noise now with the Halcyon Blue Overdrive going into the Deluxe61. So this is my starting tone on neck pickup. And this is in blues breaker mode. So both of these switches are to the left, as is the dry pot. Here we go. That is super smooth. Now, I absolutely love that. That's very reminiscent of my kind of tone if I'm, boosting a Fender amp. I love it. So let's switch it over to the mod option here, which brings in more gain, more attitude, and everything else. Here we go. That's great. And let's try out the adapt circuitry. So we'll start with it in the normal position, and then I'll just put it into the middle, which gives us the most amount of fullness when we turn down. So this is with my volume control down. Now, if you're listening with good headphones or good speakers or studio monitors or whatever, you should be able to hear a huge difference between that. It's fuller, it's cleaner, and it cleans up just beautifully like this. Remember, this is clean into a second pedal. And then when I switch it back to the normal mode, now the mid attack is completely different, but it's also much dirtier, and you can pick whatever works for you, but the message here I think is that this works really well. I've just cranked the drive up a bit on the Deluxe61, and the tremolo is on as well, so this is how it sounds. So I think if you're an owner of the Deluxe61 and you plan on running overdrives into it, you absolutely can. So it doesn't really matter which brand of other pedals you're hitting it with, but this is a good example of a clon and a blues breaker style pedal hitting this and then going into a real amp in the room. And it feels friggin' awesome to play. It really does.